Hi everybody, I'm Corina. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My Facebook page is Corina Stefan Astrology, and the website where you can find me and book a reading with me is www.corinastefanastrology.com. On Monday, August 21st at 11:30 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, a second new moon in Leo occurs at almost 29 degrees. The first one was on July 23rd. It's as if the cosmos forces us to pay attention and work carefully with the energy of the heart and of the love that is represented by Leo, by planting the seeds of new sentimental beginnings 2 times, not only 1 time, in 2 different waves, just to make sure that the crop is double in volume. And this crop is a very special one, as it consists of restored and purified hearts within which the fire of love has been reignited. It might seem that our dear planet is in high demand of pure, uncontaminated and authentic love, since so many important astrological events have occurred this year in the polarity Leo-Aquarius. One can feel everywhere in the universe an urge to bring the heart and the mind back into balance by allowing the heart to lead again. Since this new moon occurs very close to the north node of the moon, approximately 4 degrees, we are talking about a total solar eclipse, not a partial one, and it's visible from the continental parts of North America. A total solar eclipse implies the perfect alignment of the sun, the moon, and the earth, so that the lunar disk perfectly covers the solar one, in spite of the huge difference in size between the 2 celestial bodies. The sun is 400 times bigger than the moon and much further away from Earth. This perfect alignment and overlapping functions like a cosmic click that signals the opening of a portal, of a door, towards higher dimensions. The communication process with the higher planes of the divine will is one way, as Earth is a mere passive receptor in this communication process, receiving gifts that are as precious as the light of our sight and that need our protection. Since this eclipse involves the royal sign of Leo, the gift that mankind is about to receive is love, that rarefied fuel that keeps the flame of life burning. That famous line by René Descartes, "I think, therefore I exist," becomes in the next 6 months, "I love, therefore I exist," or "I create, therefore I exist." Our duty is to become the guardian angels of this sacred flame of life and to learn about its power to cross with its light eternity and the darkest abyss. There is no two-way energetic traffic with the higher dimensions during an eclipse, as the ego's will gets shattered into pieces. We are literally being blindfolded, able to rely only on the guidance that we receive from above through various interventions and events that might not be the most spectacular in themselves, but with time will cause massive transformations, irreversible transformations in our lives. An eclipse is a moment outside of conventional time and space, because the way we perceive whatever is happening to us gets distorted. It's like a trip into future in a vehicle that travels with unimaginable high speed. 1 second spent in this vehicle can propel us 100 earthly years forward into a future that is shocking and hardly recognizable. The speed at which events land in our life in the middle of eclipse season is simply stunning. We can grasp in 1 second things that normally take a lifetime to understand. And when this magical touch from above happens, our identity, our attitude and goals are forever altered, as our path and our calling are being reconfigured. Or we can also feel that time expands until it becomes pure, still eternity. Then it's enough to be just for 1 second in the right place in order to see your life unfolding and flowing in harmony and peace towards your soul's true destination. So eclipses are moments of divine intervention that correct our course deviations and compass errors while navigating life. We are being repositioned in the best place for us. We can finally meet that partner that we've been dreaming of our entire life, or we can get pregnant with the baby we've longed for, or get the promotion at work that's been on our minds for years. Because this eclipse involves the north node of the moon, its meaning is one of embracing novelties and destiny, as many gifts are knocking on our door, waiting to be accepted in our heart. The lunar eclipse on August 7th involved the other mathematical point, the south node of the moon, and represented a training for this Leo baptism of fire, of power and love, by preparing us to release the fear of our own awesomeness and joy. We had the chance then to understand how dangerous it is to hide behind the group or hide behind anonymity, being like mere pawns that are playing mechanical social roles while running away and disconnecting from our inner light, inner joy and power. Solar eclipses are extra special new moons that impact our day side, the way we use our will, our ambition, our reason and personal power. We receive now the power to change the way we work with our light, and we need to understand that pure, generous and noble love is the undeniable human manifestation of our divine origin and of our natural inclination to do things right, so that the good prevails and those in suffering or in darkness can get help. This eclipse ends a 19-year cycle and opens a new one. It is an invitation to build a vision of the future by looking backwards into past experiences and by learning from them. The last Leo solar eclipse that involved the north node of the moon took place on August 21st, 1998. So it's really worth to go back to that moment and remember what mattered to you then, what major decisions and actions you took, what was left incomplete and might be resuscitated now or maybe taken to the next level of actualization. In terms of Saros cycles, this particular eclipse belongs to the 1N family of eclipses, and according to top eclipse expert Bernadette Brady, the theme of this eclipse revolves around unexpected events involving friends or groups of people that put a lot of pressure on our personal relationships. The risk of facing serious problems in relationships is enhanced if you happen to have personal planets or important angular houses near 29 degrees of Leo. That is your ascendant, descendant, midheaven or IC, or in any other fixed sign like Taurus, Aquarius and Scorpio. It's recommended to avoid hasty actions, as a lot of the information that is putting this pressure on our relationships is distorted or false. Health problems caused by fatigue or a low level of energy is another aspect that pertains to the theme of this eclipse, so it's really worth paying attention to the body signals. The sign of Leo is one of the not so well understood signs of the zodiac. It is associated with a whole constellation of symbols that don't really seem to stick together. In traditional astrology, Leo rules dramatic art, actors, the stage, the spotlight, creativity, personal power, royalty, honor, dignity, noble character, luxury, top performance, preciousness, radiance, innocence, joy, love, passion, erotism, the heart, leadership, and the children. So what's the underlying node that belongs to all of these elements? Leo represents the peak of the summer, so that interval between July 23rd to August 22nd, when the fire element heat is very, very intense, at least in the northern hemisphere. Leo is a fixed fire sign, which means it maintains, amplifies, and intensifies fire. It's like a guard that cannot be defeated when it comes to protecting life. According to astrologer Maurice Fernandez, Leo is the keeper of the sacred flame of life, and it passes life on as the most precious gift. That's why Leo is the sign of children, as children receive from their mother her most valuable gifts. Life itself, her body, her milk, her sleepless nights, her time, her money and attention. The life of a mother revolves around the child every minute, every hour and day, as behind this process lies the most powerful force in the universe, that is love. So what does connect love to the solar principle, which is indeed the heart of the Leo constellation? The fact that love means to show up. It means to make your appearance again and again, without excuses, without laziness, fears, or moodiness, just like the sun rises for us every morning without exception. To love means to act, to be 100% involved, to give your all to the cause you believe in, to give of your own body and being just the way a mother does with her kids, and to be as noble as you can, that is, as close to the purity of gold as possible, because gold is the chemical element ruled by Leo. Leo is about shining our inner light at the brightest intensity and performance we are capable of, saving no effort to accomplish the mission of protecting the flame of life. It's all about the victory of good over evil. So Leo is inseparable from love and generosity, but it's worth remembering whenever we get charmed by charismatic actors or by powerful leaders that there is a very high price to pay. Receiving a crown of any kind implies a lot of responsibility, courage, and hard work. So Leo is that sign that does what others fear to do, taking the central role, leading with passion and integrity, and accepting to be held accountable for one's actions. Leo risks it all and doesn't stay in the comfort zone of weakness or anonymity. People with very intense Leo energies in the chart become like hearts that are pumping love and energy and keeping alive through their efforts an entire system or universe. These people are just like the life-giving sun. They are aware how important their commitment is, and they always show up, shining their blessed light on our sky every day. So for the next 6 months, you can work with the following questions. Where in your life are you decided to take on the central role, like the sun? What is it that you love so much that you would be willing to give your life to protect it? What's the legacy that you offer this world? Is it a child, a physical piece of your own being? Or is it a symbolic child, a profession, maybe a vocation, or a personal project? What's the most valuable gift you want to offer this world and that represents a remarkable contribution to the victory of light and of good? Do you honor the gift of life that you received from your mother at your highest level of personal performance, excellence, and commitment? Or are you inclined to believe that this gift is not so special as almost anybody gets to receive it? Who is it that you will pass the torch of light and good on to? Who is the person through which you will continue to live after the fire of your life goes out? And on top of all these questions, please add a small ritual that we can do on the day of the eclipse, just to thank the sun for giving us all life and for its outstanding loyal love. The message of this eclipse is to let our inner light and talents shine bright, accepting the crown that the universe is offering from above. We are all being called to play an essential role in the divine scheme of things, and this role implies the highest level of devotion that we are capable of. So be wise and be generous. Give your best so that at the end of the day you can celebrate the victory of your inner light. Once we accept this crown from above, there is no turning back from personal responsibility. At the time of the eclipse, Uranus in Aries and Saturn in Sagittarius are moving retrograde and are both trining the eclipse. So this indicates that we've entered a process of introspection through which we are getting ready for a stronger commitment towards our happiness and all that we love and gives us meaning. So you can ask yourselves, what's the most advanced vision about your life that you can imagine, and how are your unique talents vital in transforming this vision into reality? What realistic steps do you need to take in order to turn this future that is envisioned by your inner child into reality? How much time is it really necessary to birth this project into the world at a natural pace with no improvisations or hasted actions? In which way is your inner child a genius, and what kind of massive transformations would be possible for mankind if we accessed this eccentric side of our intelligence? Mars is aligned with the eclipse and the North Node, so we are definitely being invited to express our masculine and powerful side in a direct, impulsive way without hesitation or second thoughts. So the energy of Mars wants us to engage with life in a passionate, almost physical way and to conquer that trophy we've always wanted. So use this energy to become the person you've always dreamed of. The higher the challenge you set for yourselves, the greater your satisfaction and self-confidence and, of course, self-love. Mars loves competition and difficult, almost impossible tests where the speed of our reactions makes the difference between success and failure. So it might seem that during the next 6 months, our ability to allow our hearts hold the steering wheel in the most important race of our lives, whatever that might be, can bring us the laurel wreath of victory. Mercury is positioned in Virgo at the moment of the eclipse, and its retrograde movement signals again an intense internal process of discerning through our thoughts, analyzing, categorizing, releasing all that is toxic or keeps us stuck or keeps us performing below our highest capacities. So the crystal clear mind of Virgo can help us now see very clearly what is not functioning properly in our lives and where exactly that broken part is that turns joy or laughter into an annoying engine-like sound, okay? So the mental toolkit of Virgo is truly impeccable. Pay attention to the messages that you might be receiving from your mind in that time interval between September 2nd and September 6th, when Mercury will trigger the eclipse degree at 29 Leo. To sum it all up, the message of this eclipse is beautiful, so beautiful. It is an invitation for us to appreciate how valuable the gift of life is and to understand how lucky we are to be here, having every single day the opportunity to say yes to the light and the good within us and the whole world. Thank you, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.